Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of how to build or building tips. They're going to be part of the same thing. Sometimes it's going to be building tips, sometimes it's going to be how to builds. And today what we're going to be focusing on is how to, it's going to be tips on how to build city buildings like the ones that you can see right now. If I just fly around a little bit, you'll start to get a nice idea of what I mean by a city building. And so as you can see, it's quite, they're not really that complicated, they're quite simple. But also they do look really effective. So I'm going to show you today how to do those. So first off, you need to decide on a palette. Now I'm going to be doing a building that is from real life. I like to use Google Maps, so if I show you real quick, this is the building we're going to be doing today. So I like to look at Google Maps and get a reference, because in this map that I'm building currently, I have been doing everything as close to a 1-to-1 scale as I can, so obviously I need to refer to the map. Either way, we're not going to refer to it too much today, and in fact I didn't need to do that, but we're going to be putting it right here. So I've gone for the grey and white theme for this one. Of course there are loads of different colours that you can do, but they all kind of follow the same principles, so if you follow these then you should be fine. So first tip that I have to give you is these sorts of buildings always kind of have a bottom half, and what I mean by that is the bottom half of the building is usually reserved and different from the rest of the building. So if I quickly just, I'm going to have to get the size here. So so how I usually count is I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's not perfect, but, or even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, that's 9 still. So so I just make sure I've got the right length for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's our length, width even. I don't know why I'm saying length. And then the height as well is quite a big factor, but the height usually matches the other ones. I'm not sure in this case if it does. Yes, it does. So that's fine. So now, what am I doing with my buttons? Now we've got this kind of like small area that we've got to play with. So let's see. In this picture we've got 3 windows and a door. As you can see, I'm referring a lot to the Google images. I'm trying not to, but I kind of have to after doing this for so long like this. So we got 3 windows and 1 door. Perfect. So I kind of try and make everything fit as much as I can. And when you see me doing this, you might be thinking, oh god, this looks terrible, but bear with me, because it doesn't. You will see it will work very well. Always does somehow. It's actually really easy. I'm sure anyone here watching this video can make their own version of this building, because it really isn't that difficult. Anyway, so as you can see, I've just placed some windows in the holes here, and this is where the door's going to be, and I'm going to use black because that complements the white, of course. Not there. Oh man, do I actually? Screwed that up. Look how many blocks I just picked up. Cool. So now we've got our door, and we've also got this this stair above it, and I put it upside down just there, just to give it a bit more depth, because depth is actually really important. As you can see in these other builds, I've used stairs and things popping out of the buildings all the time. It's very rare that you see a flat building like this, and I don't even think I've finished this one. That's probably why it's like that. I haven't finished that one, of course. So yeah, this is actually a perfect example of having like the bottom half. You can see that I've done the top half here, and I haven't actually done the bottom one. That's because it's different to the top half. Anyway, so now we've got the bottom half, we are going to do the top. So what colour? Yep, so we're using grey. We've got a bit of these things here. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to actually use fences, maybe. I don't know if that's going to work yet. But I'm going to just make a wall of grey wool, like all along here. Wow, I'm missing lots. All along here. So, wow. And I'll be back to you when I'm done. So I'm back, and there's this absolutely massive grey wall here, and don't worry, it looks ridiculously like a massive like forehead or something, I don't know, but either way, just ignore it, it's fine. It's basically just our canvas. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is we're going to place upside down stairs, and these are going to act as ledges for our windows. I'm going to put the windows behind. They'll probably be free to actually put the windows behind like so. Ignore the dandelions, they're flying around and stuff. Yeah, I used World Edit and put the wrong number in, but remember, you don't have to just use plain glass. I like plain glass for these colours. I just think it suits it nicely, but as you can see, with brick especially and sandstone, I've been using light grey. But this one's just plain glass. So what we've done here is we've created, look at that, like look at how it just pops out. It's so much better. And we can even go and add oh no, we can't. Now when I add fences, what I tend to do, which does work, is I add a glass block, and then I add these here. Otherwise, it's a bit odd. You don't have to do that. I'm just going to leave it like that for demonstration purposes, but there's loads of different variations and things that you can do anyway, and you want to make it your own as much as you possibly can. So now we have a choice here. We can either we're going to stick to the quartz. We've already got one. We can either create something like so, and this is kind of what's great about this, is you really can just experiment and play around, because obviously you want as much variation in your builds as you possibly can. Despite these builds all being like, one building is going to look similar the whole way through the building, so like this one's not going to change by the time we get to the top, but they look so different from other ones. Like this one here is really intricate and deep compared to this one. Anyway, so what I've done there is I've just put quartz in the background, just because I didn't want the stair. It's just a bit different from the stairs, so you know, I'm just trying to add a bit of variation in there, and that's representing that, which obviously isn't the same, but that's not a problem. Something that pops up quite a lot is these lines across the building. They really are popular in terms of these styles. So definitely add some lines across the building to separate different floors. I think that's what it's doing. I'm not really sure. I'm not an architect. Anyway, we're going to do another layer of windows. Now, if you are referring to Google Maps like me, you will notice that sometimes your windows just don't add up. For example, this building is taller than that building there, and the height of this building is actually quite accurate to how I've done it. I don't think we're going to reach that, but we can try. So let's see what I've done here. Okay, so I'm just going to put these up at the top here, like that, and then I'm going to do another line to separate the floor, like I said before, and then 3 more windows like this, like so. Fill these in, and on top I'm going to add something, I think. Yeah, so on the top one here I'm just going to add a half slab, like so. So there we go, we've got the beginning of our building. It looks very similar, of course, and I've got something that I really would like to add to this and show you what you can add to it in a minute. Finally, what you want to do is right at the very top of the building, at the top, you want to have some sort of ledge, or some sort of like roofy kind of thing. I don't really know how to describe it. Sometimes I just use, sometimes it's more complicated like that one, sometimes like that. It changes throughout really. Sometimes I like to just use a slab on the top, but in this case here I'm going to be doing it like that because that's kind of how it is. So, what you can add to this, just to add a little bit of extra, is you can put, if I can find it, a flower pot. You can put, well I like to use green, but you can put whatever. But you can put little, because I've got these ledges now, these are perfect for little plants, just to be just outside the window, and you could basically just improve the build so much. These don't have to be symmetrical. You do not ever have to make plant pots symmetrical. Just do whatever you want with them and they will look great. And so there we go, we've got a nice building. I'm not going to show you how to do the back because it doesn't really matter how you do the back. This sort of building is mainly for the front. So if you've enjoyed this build and these tips, then please do leave a like. I hope this has helped everyone, at least in some way, and I hope to see you in another video. If you want to see more about this server, London Revolution, then please do subscribe. And if you want to see more build stuff, leave it in the comments and also subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.